All right. Welcome to the demo for Torus Sprint 30.4, Silence of the Unit Test. This was a 2-week sprint that ran from January 31st to February 14th. And during this sprint, the developer and QA teams completed a total of 15 tickets with 7 bugs, 6 stories, 2 tasks, for a total of 42 story points. And today we're going to have Nico, Gaston, and Martine sharing their continued work on the certificates epic, including the certificates progress card, approval UI, settings, and verification page. And with that, I will hand it over to Nico.
Thanks, Lisa. Let me share my screen. Here, let me know if you are seeing right now. Yeah, thanks. So you might recall from our last demo that we focused on the author side of the certificates feature, where an author could create a product and then configure all the thresholds for the certificate. For example, the minimum required posts, how many required assessments, if they require or not an instructor approval, etc. So here we are going to focus on the delivery side. In this case, how the student will see a course that has this certificate feature enabled. Yes. So let me go to one course that I created for the demo. If you recall, we used to have these 3 cards. Now we extended the course progress one to show the certificate progress. This is the light mode view, and this is the dark one. So in this case, this certificate has 3 thresholds configured. The first one is that we need to meet 5 discussion posts. Then we need to have 10 class notes, and there are 2 required assignments. So as the student starts interacting with the course, obviously, whenever he comes back to this home page, he will see this card updated. Let me show you a demo over here. We go to notes and we create a course discussion over here. Then we go back to the home page. As expected, we have now 1 of 5 discussion posts. And then we are going to interact with a class note. First, let's go to any page, for example, this one. I'm going to select any part of the page, and I'm going to post a private note over here. Private note. So in this case, this won't count as a class note. If you recall, class notes are the ones that are public for everyone. So here, nothing has changed. So if I go back over there, interact with any post over here, a class note that is a public one, and then post it, in that case, yeah, it will count over here. I won't address everything, but trust me that whenever the student ends up addressing all the thresholds, let me show you how the student will see it. I have a screenshot over here. Give me a second. I think it's 1 second there. Pull request. Sorry for the delay. I think it's this one. There will be a subtle difference over here. A link will be shown, so whenever the student clicks over there, it will be targeted to a page where the PDF will be shown with the certificate. And another thing to note is that the class notes is a little bit flexible in the way things are counted, for example, and the discussion posts as well, because I have this course discussion that myself, I just started it, and I may reply to myself and say this is a reply, and that reply will count as another class note, although it's in the same course discussion. Yeah, over here. Yeah, let me check it. And of course, this card node will match the configuration. I will you won't see it, but I'm right now tweaking the database of this certificate, and I'm going to say that there are no required posts. I'm updating the database right now to make it quicker. And if I refresh the page, sorry, I took the discussion post. The discussion post is not longer shown there. I see that there are many chat messages. I don't know if anyone has any question,
Seems like
or perhaps,
there was a
yeah,
question
go ahead.
this from Caitlin, and it says why and it sounds like maybe Jess and Gaston answered it, but Caitlin, did that answer your question?
It answers the question, but it does not make me feel better because I do feel like this will be confusing to students. So maybe we should add a sentence in that like some activities don't count towards progress or something like that.
So the question was for Nico, if you hadn't seen it yet, it was why is the progress percentage, or why is the progress percent not increasing, but the progress towards the certificate is. So
Yeah, I understand
maybe,
yeah.
so maybe there's just some additional clarification that we can provide, but yeah.
Yeah, in the future, I agree that if any designs need to be changed, we can definitely do it. Well, that's everything about how the student will see the progress towards the course. Now, let's go to another delivery feature, but now the instructor feature. In this example, I have already configured the certificate to require instructor approval. So I'm going to log in as an instructor. Go to the same course, this one. And if we go to the, oops, let me move this, yeah, to the overview tab, then to the students dashboard. Since this course has the certificate configured, we have this new column over here. And as we can see, this is the student that was previously logged in the example. His certificate is in progress because he hasn't yet met all the 3 required thresholds. But in the case of Ángel Di María and Julián Álvarez, they have already met those thresholds, and the instructor has to approve in order to grant the certificate. So in this case, this number in the batch matches the amount of pending approvals, and the instructor may approve or deny. I'm going to approve this one. I'm going to deny this one. In a future iteration, this feature will be extended, and whenever the instructor approves or deny, a modal will show that saying, well, do you want to send an email today informing that they have approved or deny? As if they click yes, an email will be automatically sent, and they may cancel and do it later, and a bulk apply emails feature will also be included. I'm working on that right now. And last but not least, we can edit. For example, this one we can say we can deny it. This one we can approve it. And this is an edge case that we discussed with Jess. And in sense of Fernandez hasn't yet met all the thresholds, I, as an instructor, may decide to grant that certificate, so I go and approve it. In that case, Enzo Fernandez will be granted with a certificate without distinction, the lowest certificate that we may give. And I think that's all I have. Any questions?
I think we have one question from Hal, but Hal, are you okay if we wait and answer at the end of once Gaston and Martina have had a chance to share?
Sure.
Okay, great. I think Gaston, were you next?
Yes, sure. Let me share my screen. 1 second. I guess you can see it now. Cool. What I'm going to demo is like a continuation of what we shown 2 weeks ago on the certificate settings page, but this is an improvement for allowing instructors and admins to see the certificate settings for a course section, not a product. If you remember last demo, we show that there is a new section on the product overview page where you can go and check the certificate settings, update the thresholds, the design data, and see the credentials issued. But what we implemented last week was a new view, but not for products. It's for course sections. So here I have a course section that was created from the product I just showed. So yeah, something I'm not going to show you, but when you create a course section from a product that has a certificate enabled, it copies over all the data from the certificate to that section. So here I'm in the section overview page, and I added like the same as for the product, this section with the manage certificate settings link. So if I go and click here, you can see there is a new view for certificate settings, but it's a read-only view because we don't want now to be able to edit as an instructor these settings that were copied from the product. So here, if we compare these two, we don't have this checkbox to enable or disable the product settings. Here we don't have the option to enable or disable the section settings. Also, the threshold form, it's disabled, so you cannot update any of these fields. You have this log icon here. You cannot edit any of these values. The score page, the required instructor approval is just a read-only view. Also, in the same tab, we added this preview new page, which has like the preview of the two types of certificates, the certificate of completion and certificate with distinction. With this carousel, you can also navigate with the dots. And the last part is the credentials issued, where it's just almost the same view as for the products. The only difference is that here we don't have the export. Well, I don't have it here because I don't have any data in the product settings page, but for the product, we have a link, a button here to export as a CSV, all the credentials issued. And yeah, it's not an option on the read-only mode for core sections. This is pretty much it. It was a short one. Any question? Comment?
I think there's a little bit of potentially some, I think there was maybe a conversation actually that might have been for the previous presentation. I think let's go ahead and pass it over to Martin then, and then we can open it up for questions for everyone.
Yep, sure.
Thank you, Gaston. I'm going to share my screen. Also, this is a short feature. Let me see if you can see it. It's for the certificates verification page. Here you can, for example, you want to check that this page will be public, so anyone can access it. So that's why it has a reCAPTCHA, doesn't need to log in or anything. It's supposed to, for example, if anyone wants to share that the certificate, has already been earned for a given student, they can check on here. For example, if we do not have a certificate earned, or it was denied, or it is still pending, you can see that, well, it will say for all of them that the certificate does not exist. But then if you check for a already earned certificate that has been submitted, you will see the certificate displayed and with the ID, and you can download it or print it directly from here. So that will be the entry point for any person that is not logging or just wants to check that certificate has been granted. And that's it. Yeah, it was a short feature. And I think that's the end of the presentation. I don't know if anyone wants to share anything else.
Yeah, thank you so much. So there were a couple questions about the page that you shared, Martin. Just about like the contrast.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that can be. Yeah, those stuff can be fixed, and if there are plans to update the text color to it's just in dark mode, or in there also is there was a design for the light mode, but currently we have the if someone is not logged in, the top bar is always in a dark tone. So it has only been implemented for dark mode right now. And yeah, the text color can be changed.
Then, were there any other questions for Nico or Martin or Gaston?
Yeah, if there are no questions, I can say that what we are working on, what are our next steps regarding this certificate feature. As you may noted, we are now focusing mainly on the delivery side of the feature, and we like work in different parts of the flow on purpose because that allows us to work in parallel. So now we still have like a very important PR in progress that will like glue all these things and make them interact. That is a work that Ron is working right now. Although we won't see anything change in the UI, it will be like the glue will manage the logic towards the certificate feature. And then, as I previously mentioned, we are working on extending the approval flow to allow the instructor to send an email notification. And then we will add up a new extend the assignments view, because nowadays the student knows that 2 assessments are required in order to get the certificate, but doesn't know which are those 2. So we are going to extend the assignments view to show the specific assessments that are required, and some other features that now I don't recall. But yeah, we hope to show that in our next demo.
Great, thank you, Nico. All right, any last thoughts, last questions? Hal, it seems like you had a comment in the chat. Do you want to share that?
Yep, just recognition that instructors won't know that they have work to be done if they don't dig in and click on the content or I'm sorry, well, I forget which tab it is that has students on it, but there's a tab. Overview and then students.
Yeah, actually that was another feature that I forgot to mention. We're going to like automate the emailing. One is whenever the instructor approves or denies, send an email to the student, but there will be like a worker that will monitor the student interaction with the course to see if the thresholds have already been met. If so, and we can have configured the certificate to require instructor approval, in that case, an automatic email will be sent to the instructor saying, oh, hey, Nico has already met the thresholds. You need to go there and approve or deny. So that will be automated as part of our current work.
That will be helpful. Thanks.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you. All right. One more call for any last questions, comments, thoughts. All right.
Looking great. Good progress. Love it. Thanks, guys.
Great. All right. Well, I will go ahead and stop recording now. Thank you all.